What's up, guys? This is our very first video. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. Every week I'm going to drop a new video and we're going to talk about things to come, upcoming news, thoughts and comments and comparisons between different EV vehicles. We're not just going to spend time only on Tesla, but all EV things. Every week I'll drop a new video for you guys and let you know my thoughts, my comments on the week's news and so forth. So this week, of course, the hot news is the Ford Mach E. So what I'm going to do for this video is the Ford Mach E versus a Tesla. As a Tesla owner, I want to talk a little bit about the differences, my thoughts, my comments. I watched the live video stream as probably most of you did, so I'll share a little bit of thoughts on the interior, the exterior, the technology, and so forth. So what do I think about the Ford Mach E? As a Tesla owner, I want to share a few thoughts. All right, first of all, looks. When I saw that the Ford Mach E roll onto the showroom, I had my wife sitting next to me, and the first thought was, wow, that actually looks really great. I was pretty impressed. Compared to Tesla, honestly, as a Tesla owner, I want to say that Ford put a little bit more styling into it. It depends on what you like, because if you like Tesla, some of their cars are more well-rounded. When I say well-rounded, they're more rounded in general, less sharp edges, things like that. Very ultra-modern. Ford, I think, is more expected when you look at the Mach E rollout, but it is a sexy ride, that is for sure. Interior-wise, here's my thought, okay? When you compare Ford to Tesla, my thought is that Ford is probably gonna come off the assembly line tighter, cleaner. You're probably gonna get less rattles, things like that, versus a Tesla, because it's such an established company. I mean, you just can't mess with the Ford product these days for quality. They're rock solid. So from that perspective, I don't think it's a bad vehicle in any stretch of the imagination. Now, comparing the interiors of the two, I think you can see they've taken a lot of styling cues from Tesla. If you squinted your eyes, you would probably not know that you're not looking at the inside of a Model Y, for example. But the modernness is finally there with Ford. They've crossed a line where now all of a sudden they're keeping up with the Joneses of Tesla, and they're creating a very ultra modern interior. So there's a lot of styling cues on the interior that I like to match that exterior look. Next up is tech. So here's where I'm a little bit torn. The Ford technology seems pretty cool, but again, it seems like it's keeping up with the Joneses, meaning Tesla. What caught my eye first, if you guys saw this, maybe you didn't, but they don't have Google Maps. I'm pretty sure that was not Google Maps. And as a Tesla owner, I love Google Maps. I wouldn't change it. So overall, as a package, from a Tesla owner perspective, I think Ford did well. Did they hit it out of the park? It's too early to tell. That product, I think, is targeted to somebody that has never owned an EV vehicle, because honestly, I don't see Tesla owners switching over to Ford. And not only because of the charging network, but just because we as Tesla owners are used to the operating system, and we're used to the Tesla, the feel of the vehicle. And I think jumping into a Ford, we would probably get a little bit of taste of the electronic or the EV or the tech, but it wouldn't quite be there, because Tesla's had so many years to redefine the technology and really come out with an awesome EV product. So Ford is now just entering it, but here's the $10 million kicker. So because this is Ford's first car, and they've done such a fantastic job with it, I see that Tesla and Elon Musk are going to have to step up their game in order to keep up with Ford, because Ford is a hell of a force to be reckoned with. And the last thing you want them doing is evolving their EV cars and bypassing Tesla. Now, I know Elon Musk has always said, hey, we welcome new EV entries and we want to see this. But you don't want to, as a Tesla owner and fan, I don't necessarily want to see companies leap over Tesla. I would love to see Tesla continue to set that bar and then other companies try to chase them. So what it does for consumers like myself, when my lease is due, it's awesome, because now I can go look at the Ford, or I can look at the Hyundai, or I can look at the Mazda, or I can look at whoever is coming out with these awesome EV vehicles. Now I've got a choice of 3 or 4 or 5, and it becomes more of a competitive situation, because the days of going out and having to spend $120,000 on an EV, those are gone. Ford has done a fantastic job to really just catch right up to the bar. I mean, short of a few little flaws here and there that I see in the Ford product, they have done a fantastic job. So as an owner of Tesla, I welcome Ford into this market, and I think it is awesome. I was on the edge of my seat watching this launch, and actually the day of and a couple days before, I stopped looking online because I didn't want to ruin the launch. The very first time I saw the actual Ford Mach E was when it rolled off in that show that they just had the other day. So hopefully you guys were as psyched as I was to see the Mach E roll out, even if you are a Tesla owner or you're considering an EV or you're shopping for an EV. So bottom line, here's my thoughts. The bottom line is I'm psyched to see Ford come up and set the bar right underneath Tesla for their very first shot. That is huge. You can see Ford made a big investment in this vehicle. That's what we need. Tesla is about to drop the Model Y. That's going to be the little brother to the Model X. They're coming out with this Friday is going to be the huge launch, which I'll be talking about in the next couple days. That's going to be the Cybertruck, which I'm really psyched for. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Very first video on EV Geeks. I'm going to call this EVG. It's going to be our weekly channel for all the news, anything that's related around EV. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your support on this video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for a bunch more content coming. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Peace.